Hello, good day. This is Biodu and Tolu Olusoya. We are welcome to Forever. Forever, we talk about our journey to a fulfilling and enjoyable life in relationships, our marriages, our companionship, and all that. That's very, very important. Now, today we're going to be talking about preparation. Preparation is key to anything you want to start, any journey you want to take. I was thinking about preparation. I was thinking preparation is like you're going on a long-term journey, or you're going on a journey, and either by road or by air. Before you do that, there are things you need to do to prepare yourself for that trip. Mentally, physically, you need to get ready for that trip. So, for example, you are going on a flight, you need to pack your bags. You need to make sure the weight of the bag is the weight required for the flight. You need to get that ready. You need to know when to arrive for the check-in for the flight. You need to get an idea where your seat will be. There are several questions that are going through our mind in preparation for that journey. Now, if you need that kind of preparation for a journey like that, more so you need that preparation for a lifelong journey, for your relationships, for your companionships. They are important. And I believe so strongly those are the things that we need to look at and put our attention to.
Okay. Part of even preparing and packing is what we pack inside our bag.
Yeah.
So it is what you pack inside that you'll be able to use on the trip. So everything you need for the journey, you need to have an idea of it and be able to pack it, because that is what you eventually use when you get on that trip. So it's very key that we are mindful of what we pack inside our bag in preparing for our journey into forever.
So one of the few things I want to talk about is the training you get. I discovered that the training we get growing up are not things that just go away. On our journey to forever, your training is important. Your training is important. The kinds of things you've imbibed and you've learned, growing up are important for that trip or for that long-term trip. I always like to say that, why did God create two people? And when he created two people, he said, go ahead and multiply and replenish the earth. The reason is because God wanted two people to train another generation, teach another generation. Now, God could have created 7 billion people and put them all on the earth and say, oh yeah, everybody live at the same time. But he didn't do it. Training is important. The training is important for you to reproduce and have something meaningful on the long haul.
For a journey like a relationship journey into marriage, the kind of training we need, we have to be deliberate about it. There are so many other institutions that teach us so many things. You want to be a doctor, you have to go through medical school. So if you are planning to take a journey into forever, which is going to be a long time, there's a need for us to take a proper training that will help us in that journey.
The second thing that you need to look at is our backgrounds. Our backgrounds are important. Background is very important. Your background is important. I discovered that we are all not trained, are not raised in the same kind of home. So, for example, someone mentioned the fact of me of some lady that went to see the guy, they wanted to get married. And in the guy's home, when they have an argument, they're always shouting at the top of their voice. But the home she's from, they are not like that. Everybody speaks with their own, one by one. But the other guy, they all talk as if they're in a football match and they're watching the match and they are all screaming on the top of their voice. And I discovered in life, you want to have a wonderful home, you must put cognizance to the preparation on knowing what kind of backgrounds do we have. For example, we are from similar kind of homes, both of us, but our kind of homes are different. In my own kind of home, for example, we are more vocal. My wife's kind of home, they may not be vocal, but they talk a lot. They have their own way of communication. We have our own way of communication. Our backgrounds matter a lot for a journey to forever. Because the background is how we are molded. When we come together, we need to understand our molding separately so that we can get the best out of it.
That background is really very key for us to understand one another, because it will help us in identifying why the other person acts the way they do and why they want to do their things in a particular way. Once we have an understanding, then we can come to agreements. Okay, going forward, this is how I feel about this issue. Okay, I know this is how you feel about this. Then we can have an agreement on it, and it will help us and have a smooth sail as we go on our journey into forever.
Another thing I want to talk about is mentoring. Who do you listen to? Who speaks to you? It's important. Our first kind of mentors are our parents. But beyond that, we have pastors, we have books we read, we have stuffs. You cannot prepare for a long journey when you are not being mentored right. You are not listening to things. You want to enjoy your life, but you have not read any book on marriage and relationship. You don't listen to anybody meaningful. When I say me, listen to people, I say meaningful. Not listen to everybody that speaks, but meaningful ones. So what are the values these people bring to the table? You need to know that, understand that. So mentoring is key. Who is speaking to you? Are you listening to? Whose words are you hearing?
Then in mentoring, you need to follow those who have seen their end. You have seen the journey they've gone through together, and you have seen that they have turned out well. Not anybody does just have an opinion and is so loud about it, and you feel because it is loud about it, that must be the right thing. No, you follow, you are mentored by people that you know have good relationships working for them. They are not just good relationship outside that, you have actually experienced them at a closer level, and you know that yes, this is the kind of home I want. This is the kind of relationship.
You know, the Bible says you should follow them through faith and prayer and inherited the promise. They have it. So it's not someone that, like she said, you know, who's talking about it, those that are loud, those that are loud about. No, but we follow them through faith and prayer. They have guts in it. They have proofs of what they have done. You can see the proof of their home, and you know, those are the things that you should look at. The last one I want us to talk about is that you need to be it before you have it. The Bible says, "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord." He said, so before the woman is found, she must be a wife material first before she is found by the husband. So same to the husband too. You must be a husband material before you go out and find. So you must be it before you get it. So don't just say, because I am a man, because I'm 25, because I'm 27, because I work, because I have a house, then I am fit to be either a wife or a husband. You must be it. You have to be it first before you start and go and get it. So you must be a husband, you must be a wife before you start out to say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Those are the preparations you go through to get ready for the journey to forever.
And in talking about being it, that means you are mentally ready, you are psychologically ready, you are matured enough to go for that journey. So you are a wife already, you know what it takes to be a wife, you know you're already it. Because you are matured, you can handle it, not a babe. Not somebody that's a girl that is trying to now enter into a relationship and you're now having to take care of other babies. So you can't allow a baby to get married and now be taking care of babies. So you must be matured psychologically, ready for it, and you know that this journey, this is what it entails, this is a commitment it entails, and I'm going to go all the way with it.
So, with that said, we need to understand that marriage is both physical, spiritual, emotional. It takes the whole of you. The relationship, it takes the whole of you. For you to go on that journey, you must learn to put all the things you need to get there, prepare for it so that you can enjoy it. When you prepare hard and you prepare well for it, when you get into the exam world, like we put it, where you need to be tested through it, you enjoy the part of it. So prepare for it. And when you prepare for it, you will have a wonderful time. I know you've enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next episode.